What up, traders? Guess what? We're live, baby, right here on Live Trading with Benzinga. You guys give me a smash up. Let's get it going. Bring the energy. I know you guys are probably already into your trading days, so let us know what you see moving out there and throw it up in the chat. Let's get it started. Welcome to it. Live Trading with Benzinga.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Those words have been dancing around my head all night. Oh, it's Vegas lore, that phrase.
Kiana.
Fisher. Choi.
Joe. Cards drawn are the past, ones to come are future.
And the best part? It's beatable.
What's going on, traders? We're already mid-action. We're going to go ahead and jump right to it. I'm going to bring the guys on. I'm in a trade. I know that a couple guys are in a trade, so we're a little bit, looking all over the place, but let's go ahead. Let's jump right into this. Let's bring on Ryan and Zunaid. What's going on, boys?
Happy fun day.
Let's do it. Fun day, baby. Let's go ahead. Let's have some fun. Let's have some trading action. I'm already into trades here, so I'm going to let anybody that wants to speak kind of go ahead and
I got a YOLO right off the bat. If you got $300, you can sustain to lose 160 calls on GME expiring today. 160 calls, GME expiring today. My fill is $3.10. So just FYI, I am completely okay with this one going to zero.
All right. Well, I will let you know, the guys, I am short here on Starbucks, and I'm also long Valet. I'm long Valet at 20.06. We're literally like 2 cents away from there, so you guys can still join that party. I'll show you guys the charts there. Zunaid, you lose today because you didn't show charts. But I'm watching Valet right here. I got in here on the 5-minute. I saw the bottoming action here at the 20. That's really what I want to see hold, the $20. It kind of ticked down there for a second here. Don't want to see it break 20 one more time. Starbucks is another one that I'm short here. I just added on there close towards the 87. We're at 86.96 essentially. I mean, if you take a look at the average cost there. So really want to hold. If it gets back above 87.13, that's probably where we'll get stopped out around 87.15. But we're looking for it to break back down below VWAP. SPY is recovering there, though, so just be careful. We'll see what happens on these trades. Need to pay attention to them, and let's see what happens here.
Yeah, so, and for me, I'm watching some of the food stuff. AGFY, this actually looks like this might set up here and take out 4.7 and 4.75, 4.70 and 4.75. Potential trade here on AGFY. I actually scalped this for a few pennies, basically flat early. Beat Fanatic, good morning. No, I did not hit a parlay, but I did bet the Razorbacks on the money line yesterday, so we cleaned it up with that bet as well. I also had Michigan. They, of course, lost. Michigan on the money line. They, of course, lost, but I was still out ahead. So betting's going
that
well.
money line, because I took the same exact money line as you on both sides. That money line was plus 400 on the on Razorbacks.
I think I got mine at plus 375. I bet 20. It paid out 95. So it was 75 and win.
Nice.
But yeah, it was the betting's been fun. We should talk about potential bets. As far as the market goes here, we've got a Friday here. I'm surprised Zunaid doesn't have 65 different YOLOs on Friday, but it is what it is. I'll be honest. Some of the opportunities here today have been tough. I actually took a very small loss on Tel, which frankly is embarrassing. The only thing to say here is that I did a horrific job. Basically, this 1 minute stick here where it pulled yanked me out of it, and of course this thing went absolutely bananas. It's pulling back now, so we'll see if this sets up. I'm more concerned, or I'm more watching AGFY. I think this one's at a setup. YCBD also potential trade above 130 here. We'll see. We had a big volume stick. We also have a why is it moving here on some of those cannabis stocks? So I'm watching the scanner. I don't really have anything else as of note right now, but I'm sure that will change here in the near future.
Yeah, market really being trappy right now. SPY bouncing. It looks like a bearish longer term chart, but we'll see what happens here in the SPY. Still in this Starbucks one, it's like right off the wrist there, tapping me. That's why I'm paying attention here. You guys will see me looking up, but we'll see what happens there. And then Valet doing the same thing. So we'll see if these kind of hold here or we get breakdowns. How's the tech world, Zunaid?
Yeah, on tech side, you had NVIDIA that kind of trapped me a little bit, if you will. So let me go to NVIDIA. You can see it had a nice little pop, but I didn't get full size. Why? Because there was no real 10-minute candle green close above VWAP. By the way, PIK, keep an eye on this stock sometime today.
Halted.
It
halted
just
now.
unhalted. Yep. And then I just got filled, it looks like, on Trading View. You can see I got filled 250 shares on Tilray to see if I can get a little bounce here. Matter of fact, let's see if we can try to scalp this a little bit. Yeah, we'll just set that there just for fun. But my main position buying is going to be $7.04 on Tilray. You can see that on the left-hand side. But yeah, NVIDIA, you can see it's under.
Pick going.
What's going?
Pick,
PIK.
PIK, that right out of the halt. Halt was at 460. Right out of the halt, this thing went to 490. So
There you go. Got it up for you on the right.
Trade it, but I'll hope for this to set up again. Man, monster volume here.
But yeah, right now you can see GME is kind of consolidating for the past 20 to 30 minutes, right above VWAP. I love this, especially because it's right above the 148, 150 area. Let it consolidate between this and then let that bad boy rip above 156. And there's PIK testing 5, possibly breaking 5. There's a break of 5.
Great trade on PIK. Didn't hit it though.
But that's what I've got, man. Let me see here if there's any other YOLOs that we could take. If there's one YOLO you guys want to take, you could take an AMD 122 calls. Let me go ahead and put that up to the right. Main reason you're hoping that this 118 area will hold, because if it gets above VWAP and above the previous close, it can get going. So if you've got $30 you want to chuck in the trash, could be worth a shot. But regardless, the only trades I'm in are AMD, GME, and now Tilray.
Getting pressured here in Valet. That's VALE. Just want to make sure that people know that ticker. It's still battling here in Starbucks. It's like testing, but I just feel like if it can crack, there's such a good risk to reward here that I'm trying to hang out here. SPY is fighting the VWAP. It's gone above, below, above, below, above, below. And if you see now, we have the 3 resistance above. You guys know how I like to call out my rule of 3. That's the rule of 3 on the downside. It shouldn't go past the 451.30s, or you can go a little bit higher, up closer towards the, what would be this level right here on the highs. It's 451.38. So let's see what happens there. Do we get back above that? Valet is close to stopping me out. 92s will stop me out here.
Real quick.
GWH here at 597. Block of stock there. I think that they take that. Maybe we pop. 604 was your intraday high from yesterday. So it looks like that's probably going to get challenged if we take this out. Not in it yet. We'll call it if I get in it.
GME, I did one more contract because I hate money. I bought it at 160.
There you go. Let's get it going, guys. Catching up with the chat. I see a lot of people talking out there. Of course, BTU, man. I mean, come on. All right. We'll see what happens in Valet here. Testing really close towards my stop out. I'll let you guys know if I do get stopped out on that one. BTU, let's take a look at BTU. BTU, what does BTU do? Dude, this is why. I hope that people are listening to me. That, you know, sometimes you start trading things under the sun when we should just be looking at BTU. Look at that monster rip. Ooh. She's a beaut. With that being mentioned, I take a look at CEIX. Talked about this one in pre-market. Look how this one's been pushing. I talked about, look at that bad boy. CEIX taking off, guys. Cold players. All right. About to get stopped out here in Starbucks. About like one takeaway here. Does get in there. Stopped out. He stop out. CEIX doing really well there. Pushing well there, guys. Getting close to, back towards my entry for LTHM. This was a swing trade that I could have taken off in the morning near 25.95s, but I'm actually looking to add on that trade. We'll see what happens on that one.
All right, now
If
keep it on
Starbucks comes back through 87, we'll see what happens.
You've
Go
got
ahead,
PIK above VWAP here on the right-hand side. You can see it on the third panel. Interestingly enough, you can see it's right above VWAP. You could have had an entry there. Now, don't be surprised if it consolidates for a little bit before a pop over 550. GME right near VWAP, trying to figure out what to do with its life. Like I told you guys, I added one more contract at 160. Now I've got my total average on this is 227 on the GME contracts. I'm currently down 28% on the YOLOs.
All right, we'll see if 2050s hold here on AMC. It looks like it's at VWAP there. If you guys are taking a look at AMC, I did like that look there, but I'm going to look for a 2050 attempt there. There's multiple bottoms there, though, on the 1 minute there at 2060. You could see some people stepping up there. SPY ripping there, guys. Look for stocks that are starting to push. You guys can find some stocks that are starting to push. Let's go ahead and let's try to find some of these, right? So
GME starting to curl off that pullback that Zunaid was just flagging. That looks like a good buy in your second contract there.
Come on,
VWAP,
baby.
VWAP there. VWAP bounce
Yep.
trade there for sure.
So that additional buy at 160. Now those contracts are trading at about 230, right? So you're up a solid. I don't know what that math is, 40% or something like that. But I'm not selling. I want this to break 155. I want at least, since it's a YOLO, right? I always want at least 100% if I possibly can. But I love it. I love the bounce off of here. You can see Tilray kind of getting a little pop here above as well. PIK around VWAP. And there is the SPY trying to break high a day, which already has, is trying to break the 452. This is what it's trying to do.
All right, guys, taking a look here. Going to take a swing trade attempt here in CGC here off the bottoming action that I'm seeing near the $8 level. Talked about this in pre-market that this was the level that I was going to look for it to come back to $8, and it's right off of that level. So why not risk 5 cents here and see if we can get it off the bottom here?
The cannabis play that I like the most right now is GRWG, just to kind of go along with that, Mitch. I'm actually not in this. I'd like to start building a position in this. I think that this for sure is a double-digit stock.
Just got in there.
The thing behind the thing. Sorry, go ahead, Mitch.
No, I just got in there. CGC.
CGC, nice.
Yeah, taking the shot here, guys. I talked about it in pre-market. Sometimes when I get those pre-market like looks, right? I already said that I would look for a pullback towards $8. This is a great inside candle. If we can get back up towards the 9 by the close, I'm going to be feeling really confident about this position. So I'm going to actually hold on here towards 774 and just give myself a shot to catch the bottom here and let it come right back up through 8s and then just start pushing. We'll see what happens right now. What did I see at the bottom there that got me a little bit interested? Bottoming action here. A couple candles that were just starting to go sideways near a level that I was looking for it to hold. I took my shot there, got in there at 805s. Now it's already 811s, 812s. Let's see if we can get back towards the VWAP. That's 840s and then really start pushing. 850s is the level that I really would look for the volume to come in and just start pushing towards the upside. If you take a look here, let's draw the fibs here. What would it be? Looks like we held the 61.8. Now we're going to look for it to come back on up through and hold that 61.8 on any pullbacks. If you get a wick down there towards 774, that's fine, but nothing below that.
Yeah, on those GME contracts, the additional add, you're up about 60% or so. Please, please, please scale out if you did buy it with me on that second buy. And you've got SPY breaking that 452.34. Come on, baby.
Happy Muhammad saying Grom is a sympathy of pick. Actually, watching Grom here, I'm seeing it push really kind of reversed off that 108 area on volume, currently at 118. We'll see if we can get some more push out of there. Not in there, though. Good shout, though, on that sympathy play.
And you've also got AMD coming up as well on those calls that we have.
Yeah, exactly. Technology bouncing off the bottom there with the SPY push, right? So the SPY keeps pushing. You can look at technology changing today from red to green, which is very important. So you can look for names that are in the red going towards the green, like NVIDIA is now going into the green. I would look for VWAP bounce pullbacks, but that's what you could essentially look for. So when you see technology and it starts into the red and then you see the SPY or the Qs just start popping like you're seeing right now, you go and you take a look here. That's why I pay attention. Change from change from the open, and we were down below 1%. Now you're towards 0.7. You can see how you're edging up towards the upside here. And also other looks that you guys can take a look at is consumer cyclicals. Department stores actually not having a bad day today. Macy's is doing well today. JWN is doing well today. Even DDS is doing well today. So you could take a look at some of those.
Yeah, if this AMD 10-minute candle closes above VWAP, it might make me want to grab some more 122 calls on it. But for now, I'm going to hold my position. Just for full transparency, my AMD calls are the 122, and my average fill is 84. And I'm currently down about 60% on them, as you can see AMD pulling back on the third panel. But if this 10-minute candle closes above VWAP in the next 4 minutes, I'm going to see if I can add some more. GME, hanging out, chilling.
Still in this valet. We'll see what happens if we can recover 20 there. There's a lot of volume in it. So if we can recover 20, I'll feel confident.
What's up, Gene? What's up, Born? Jay? What's going, everyone? Happy Friday.
Let's go.
I can't get over it.
All right, catching up with the chat out there, guys. Definitely, we'll see what happens in cannabis. There's no promises, but I don't mind taking a little shot for myself. I'll take it. I'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, look at the run it already had yesterday after the news broke, right? I mean, since what is that? The last hour or so, you can just see how it chugged along, especially Tilray from, let's just call it $6, all the way closed at, what is the 10-minute, last minute candle? I think it closed around like $7 or so, and then it ran all the way to $8.50 in the pre-market. So it already had its beautiful run. And I don't know how much of new news it was. I think it was kind of in the works, but then, whatever the case may be. But there's AMD now. Got about 230 left to go, trying to close above 120, this 10-minute candle.
For Tilray, the level of pullback that I called out in pre-market that I was looking for was $7. So we're up there. We went towards a high of 840s. I would look for 7 to hold on Tilray, but that's just my pullback level.
And that's exactly where I've got about 1,000 shares. I want to buy 704, and if it breaks below that, especially if it breaks 688, I would be out. Matter of fact, I'm just going to go ahead and do that right now. There you go, 688. I'm getting out of there. If I get filled, obviously. But here's AMD. And there is the market on the right-hand side as well. Let's take a look at, so there's GME. We'll come back to that in a second. But PIK looks like it broke, right? It got close to touching the 550s. Looks like it got as close as 545 and then came right back down a little bit. The closer you get this to 5, the better. So if you get in at 5, I would get out below 485. So you're risking about 15 cents or so on that one. Do we do 0 days till expiration trade? It's in my blood. It's in my veins. I flow through it. That's why we're in the GME calls. My average on GME calls is for the 160 calls. Average price is 227. So yes, we do. Let's see what else we've got.
And at NEXT looks like this is curling back up. This put in a high at what, 547 earlier today. It's up nicely today. I think if we can actually take out 515, we might actually curl back up. That's NEXT.
I like that. Look at that bounce from the $5. So if you're going to try to get into this one, I would say around 485 or so.
VWAP 517, by the way.
Yep, you can risk off of there. AMD, you gonna trap me after you close in the 10 minutes, and then you gonna come down? Is that what you're trying to do? It's got about 30 seconds to close above.
Let's go.
Yeah, 514, 515 looks to be the spot. This morning, Luke. Nice to see you, our fearless leader.
What's up, buddy?
How's it going, Luke?
Feel free to join us if you want, man.
Last night, my man.
Right? I was talking about that the other day. I was like, we need to get Luke to join us on some live trading action. Maybe even
Jason. He was on once.
Wow.
Well, I know Luke is a fan of Facebook, so my man, there's Facebook. Let's talk about that. Facebook trying to close above VWAP on the 7-minute candle. There it is. And did AMD do it, by the way? AMD did not do it, so I won't be adding to this. I have to stay disciplined. I won't be adding here. But there's Facebook, though, closed 10 minutes above VWAP. So if you're trying to get into this trade, your stop loss is about $2. So you got to make sure you get the proper share size to match your risk tolerance. And there's next rejecting off of VWAP right there.
That's why we wait. That's why we don't front run.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes we front run, but we get.
Oh, I mean, yeah, it's yeah. I'd be in jail if it was a crime to front run.
It said, listen, Spencer's on delayed quotes. Oh, that explains quite a bit, though, Luke.
What's funny is having delayed quotes can give you an advantage, but Spencer would still find a way to lose.
How are delayed quotes? How is delayed information?
Well, so here's how. Like, for example, if you're getting delayed quotes, which means your execution is on delayed quotes, but you get real quotes from another source, and you know what's going to happen 5 minutes from now.
Is that what you need to do? You know?
How do you think I won my high school competition for stock trading? Come on, man.
You got real-time quotes. You ditched the delayed quotes. That's how.
This guy.
That's funny.
Hey, what, you think people on Wall Street play fair? I was just training to be on Wall Street. That's all it was.
Oh, Zunaid. My name's Pitt, and you're not talking your way out of this shit. Oh, that's funny, though.
There's a bit of a rejection on AMD. Let's see. You got Tilray coming a little bit further on down as well. Let's go back to GME. What you doing? Trying to crawl back up? Yes. Break the 156, please. On that one there. Let's see what else we've got. Let's see what else I've got on here. That's really about it. Man, it's been a while since I've... What's up?
Grom still testing 120 here. But this is a slow mover. It's more of a grinder than a popper. GME popping the highs here. Going for that upper standard deviation of the
Yes, it is. Break that 156, boy. There's 155. There's 155.80. Come on. Break it. Oh, look at that. Look at that.
Corporate worker, you get 5 Benzinga bonus points for quoting that movie reference. That's awesome. You're making my Friday better.
Oh, come on. All right, GME contracts for me are up 50%. If you added when I added at 160, you are now up 100%. Take your partner out to a nice steak. If you don't have one, take yourself out to a nice steak. Sell, though. Please scale out. Let's see what
21 new highs on Grom here.
Let's see what SPY's doing. Is it coming back to test BWAP? Is it going to chug along? Looks like it's
SPY
chugging
still
up.
has some strength today. SPY still pushing towards the top.
See, now, I know back in last year, if SPY was going up, that meant GME was coming down. If GME was going up, that meant SPY was coming down. So whenever I see, what did I just get filled? I got filled 50 shares on Facebook. I'm going to go ahead and take a stop loss at 221.75 on these. And then I'm going to try to take a profit target. Let's call it right below, right there. There we go. So like whenever I see SPY and GME going up, it's like, okay, cool. Hopefully one of these doesn't give out. And if it is going to be one of them, I hope it's SPY that dumps and GME just rockets.
Beat Fanatic. You mean the one that says bad motherfucker on it? No, I have not purchased that. I would like one, though. I don't think I'd ever use it, but I would like to have that.
Looks like Nick won some money on GME. Way to go, man. 270 bucks.
Nick's on fire. Nick, I think more impressive than the 2 wins today was the fact that you took, didn't you say that you started with a loss? Didn't you say you took a loss and then you came back and hit winners? That's the exact mentality that you, lost 1K on AMD, came back and hit it though. Man. That's what we want to see.
Looks like Andrew made some money.
I guess maybe I tried to like rush through it, but
he tried to rush through it in case we didn't hear it.
I don't want to anybody, but I do think that that's okay. I don't think I'm going to get fired. We'll see.
I think you'll be fine as well. For the folks, this is important. For the folks that made money on GME, I am very happy for you. I want to make sure, though, that you didn't get lucky and that you followed a plan, right? So I want to make sure that you didn't like oversize just because you saw someone else get into the position and you had confirmation bias, right? I want to make sure that if that contract actually went to 0, you wouldn't ruin your mood. So I'm happy you made, by the way, GME broke 156. I'm happy you made money. I promise I am, but I just want to make sure that you size the YOLO properly. And now GME, I'm up about 86%. The 160 calls we added are now going out of smoking 420. I hope you see what I did there. What's up, Mitch? You get your orange juice? What'd you get?
You got that 420 in, man. Nah, just getting a little orange juice,
Hey,
a
Luke,
little
we need
Nature
a
Valley.
Chuck
I
Test.
was like, wait, really?
Why not?
It's
I
10 o'clock in
mean,
the morning.
that doesn't make a difference. This is called sativas, man. You clear-minded, high, focused on what you're doing, give you energy.
You Colorado boys know more about that than I do.
You
All
got to
right,
be
AMD.
strain specific.
Woo, come
That's
on,
when you
baby.
know that you got as someone that knows the industry, Ryan. Strain specific.
I will take your word for it. Andrew, up 50% on his small 3K account. Way to go. That is exactly what we want to see.
That is a
roll that performance. Roll that performance into next
Way
week.
to go.
Stack
And
those
there's
gains, baby. Great stuff.
And there's AMD above VWAP there. Now look, now the next resistance is going to be this previous close, which is 120.53, and then obviously the high of day of 121.50s. If you added the AMD calls with me at 32 cents, you're up about 84 cents, 85% at the moment on those. Their SPY trying to go high a day, broke high a day, now trying to get to. I wouldn't be surprised if we see high later today at 455s. And there's our Facebook equity there. We bought it at 223.63. Now it's above. It's almost $1 above there. So if you added those, you're in the money there as well.
Luke, you should know better, man. It's not drugs, man. It's medicine. Get it twisted. Don't get it twisted.
Mitch may not be invited to Miami for the conference.
I'm never invited, Zunaid. There's a
Are y'all
reason why. Let's be honest. There's a reason why.
We know who the favorite child is, depending on who gets invited to the quarterly meeting. I know Ryan's gone a few times. I believe Mitch has gone as well.
No, I haven't been to a quarterly.
Oh,
That's
you just
Ryan's
went.
thing.
You just went on a random.
Yeah, I just went on a
visit.
random visit. Had to go check out Detroit, man.
Hey, I feel you. There's a lot to check
Quarterly
out there.
meetings are fun. I'm actually hoping I can go to this current one. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, Luke.
Wink,
but yeah,
wink.
Yeah, Carl, can you Luke, can you get permission since we know you don't make the decisions? Can you figure this out, please? Oh man, I love it.
All right,
Let's see.
That turnaround
Let's
in
see.
CVC, guys. Thinking about adding to LTHM here. That's a lithium player for a swing trade. I would be adding to the winner here. I'll tell you one thing where I suck the most in, guys. You got to admit when you have strengths and you got to admit when you have weaknesses. I think that's what we do really well here. And one area that I have a weakness in, it's adding to winners. I don't know if you guys have some strength in that. I know I suck at that. I always hear the classic quote, add to winners, cut the losers. But to me, that's never really worked out. Usually when I stick to my original position, I do really a lot better on my swing trades than adding to the position. But this is kind of the area where I would think about it. But I'm probably just going to hold on tight.
So here's the way I look at adding to winners. This is actually a really good discussion to have because different for everybody, and not everybody can do things the exact same way, which is important to realize. Adding to winners is easy if you have the right thesis, right? So if it's a swing trade and your thesis is company XYZ is going to add so many contracts and increase revenue year over year or quarter over quarter, whatever the time frame is, as long as those mile markers are being hit, adding to your stock, to the stock that's trading up, is manageable. It's not as difficult. The one thing I will say is that if you've got OCD and it's ruining your dollar cost average, or if it's making it creep up, that can stop some people, but that's like a personal mental block. As far as short-term trading, you can do that based on candles. If you have a trade that pops and you still feel good about the underlying catalyst, and that's the key, got to have some type of catalyst underneath it to keep that juice going. If you feel good about that, then you can simply use just very simple technical analysis, looking at the candle or several candles before that and seeing if you want to add on things that are continuing to move in the direction that you have planned. With a day trade or with a shorter term trade, you can just as easily get out of that position in a heartbeat if things start to turn around. So different situations call for different execution. I understand some of the issues. I've actually been adding to one of my swing winners. I've been adding to Chara every time it sells off. I try to wait for days where it shows weakness, where the thesis hasn't changed, and I pick those days to add on. So maybe that's helpful. I don't know.
No, I mean, it helps. It's an approach, right? I mean, that's what it's all about, right? Is an approach. Nothing is 100. And I think that's what the important part here is.
For sure.
It's an approach. And so Ryan's at least given his approach. And I mean, that's important. We all need to kind of learn from each other. And that's why I mentioned strengths and weakness. Know what is your strength. Know what is your weakness. If this is my weakness, guess what I'm going to do, guys? I'm going to sit on my hands and not try to add to the position, even though I want to. Even though inside of me is like, emotionally, I'm like, yeah, let's do it. But inside my brain, the discipline is like, no, stick to the rules, stick to what you're good at.
AMD, I went ahead and added a couple more calls. I got filled at 34, and those are the 122s that expire today, especially because I know someone mentioned they like to play 50 cents or lower. So I added near this VWAP there. Facebook came down a little bit. My target to sell is still 224.86 on the equity side. I know something that's helped a lot of people is they'll have one account for swing and one account for day trade. That way they don't have to look at their adding to their winners, if you will, you know. Now, of course, if you're talking about adding to your winners during a day trade, that's a little different. I have not had the ability to do that.
You know when I noticed that I should just stick to my own entries? I talked about this with Dennis Dick, and he's an experienced trader. He can make great trades, right? And even he himself told me, like, man, whenever I add to those positions, I ruin my trade a lot of the time. So at least swing trading wise, I'm kind of in the same boat that he is. You just got to look at your own data, see what your strength is, see what you're good at. It's not a wrong decision if you can prove in your data that is a factor in your profitability. And so that's the important part here, guys, is knowing that there's no 100% way of trading. It's not always add to winners and then you're going to have bigger winners. I'll tell you that right now because it doesn't happen to me. So that's why I don't like those cliches. That's why we tried to bring them up here and try to learn from the process.
I'm interested in Tesla 1020 calls. They're currently going for about $7. I want to try to get it closer to 5 as much as possible. So I'd love for Tesla to just kind of come back and test this previous close of 1013. You can see I've got a nice little crayon drawing there. About 1020 is what it needs to break. If it can break 1020, I think we can possibly see about 1040s later on today. There's GME trying to go for high day again. There's AMD trying to break the previous close. You see how we mentioned previous close could end up being a little bit of resistance, and that's where it came down, tested BWAP, and now it's trying to go back up, and there's Facebook approaching 225s. Let me see what those calls are. Nope, still going for about 680. I'm not going to pay that much for it. Ooh, come on. Come on, Facebook. Go up like another 40 cents. Give me some dinner money.
Will saying never liked adding to winners. I'm either in or out. Keep it simple. Works for me. It's a really good point, Will, and that's what a lot of people actually do. In fact, that's what I've done for a long time. The only thing that I will say is that it seems to me that in situations where I do more due diligence on a particular name, lets me kind of break that thought process down. Sorry, real quick here. CLVR right at VWAP 207. Big block here. I think if we take this, maybe we get a pop. They're taking it. I'm going to give this a shot here. I'm in at 207 and I'm going to have a real tight stop here. 203 my stop.
I'm just going to watch. Clever. Trying to get clever with it.
It needs more volume to really have this pop, to be quite honest with you, but it's got a nice range today. It was all the way up at 230 earlier. So I think if we do start moving off the VWAP here, we might have some gusto.
I really like the hourly chart on that chart.
Yeah. So, the chart looks good. The question is it going to cooperate? That we don't have any information on.
Multi-time frame kind of chart there, and so I really do like that off the 198 recovery there.
It's that 207 level that's trouble. They actually just refreshed a sell there. So if they take that out though, at this point now, I think you pop. I really
got it. You got about 30,000 shares there. I'm seeing on the level 2,
and that was refilled. that was refilled. When I bought it, there was 35,000 there. They took them all out. So that here they go, taking it out again.
Here,
So this is what I mean. Like, stuff like this. This is good to see. In order for this trade to work, this needs to keep moving. That's the one part we haven't seen yet in this trade. But if it gets over VWAP and starts building, that's a good sign.
What is the here? Let me kind of.
We are on that pot game today.
So what now?
10 now. CLVR. Here we go.
Ryan getting it in.
1,
clever.
2, 3, and 2 to 4.
Nice, baby. Wait,
there you go. Ain't nothing but a G thing.
Ain't nothing but a G thing. Scalp that right through the VWAP. This actually keep going here. I might have piked this, but you know what? Had kind of a rough morning. Missed a couple of stocks earlier. Going to be happy taking my gains off the table. If it sets up again, it sets up again, and I'm in. But you guys had me with the G thing going there. So
you like that, right?
Yeah, I did.
Decent time.
I really did.
Facebook, I went ahead and got filled on my limit, so I'm out on Facebook. My sell on Facebook on the limit side was 224.86, 50 shares, $62.
Let's go. I'll put you up, my friend.
Yep,
killing it today.
So
killing it.
See, appreciate you. So you can see, let's go to the 1 minute. You can see I got filled here. Let's go ahead and do this. And again, please, someone, if you have a trade.
I'm letting these guys lead. I'm just like, I took trades and I've only taken CGC since we've actually done the stream. These guys are killing it today. Keep going, guys.
There's the Facebook. So, all right, you can see, look, I waited for the pop above VWAP, came back, waited to see what it would do around this area. I'll highlight it in yellow, and you can see that's where I had my entry. My stop loss could have been right below VWAP, but realistically, I knew I wanted to be below 222 in case they wanted to test it, come back up. And you can see my out was around 220. What was my out exactly? If this will tell me, I think it was like, there it is, 224.86. Now, why? Because I know 225 is kind of like that whole number, and I'm not trying to be cute with it. So I always put myself about maybe 15, 20 cents lower so I can go ahead and possibly get filled. Now, this could easily go ahead and break 225.50 and continue going. I'm happy with my profit. Just a quick little dinner scalp, and we're good, especially when I know I'm basically using the funds from Facebook profit to fund my degenerate actions here on AMD and GME, which may or may not pay off. And look, those contracts that I wanted to buy on Tesla that I wanted to wait for $5 because I didn't want to pay $6.50, they're now going for about $8. And here's the break possibly on Tesla above 1020. Let's see if we can get a cheap YOLO. I'll tell you what, we will go ahead and buy. And this is just, how much time do we have? Well, we have about 13 minutes or so, or at least I do. I'm going to go ahead and try to front run. I bought the 1050 calls on Tesla. I got filled at $1.62. I'm going to try to see if I can get about 100% on this one as well. And there's AMD once again trying to break the previous close. Let's go ahead and maximize AMD, pull up the 1 minute chart, and you can see how many times it's tried. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fifth time. Can it break above 120.60? We will see.
All right, guys. Finally, Valet looks like it's going to recover 20 here. I'm thinking about adding through my entry, which is 20.06, but that's the VWAP here. So instead of being early to the move here, I'm just going to wait. I need to see the volume really pick up and get into a breakout. CGC looking a lot better. I don't know if you want to put one of those CGC.
Sure.
We'll just keep that one on watch. I got in there at 8.05. It bottomed at that $8 beautifully. So I'm feeling confident here. We're going to give this one some time to work. Even though I do have a decent amount of sizing in this one, since it's a lower share price, I'm able to control the risk here. We're going to look to see if it gets a big pop. I mean, I want to keep this one in play just in case we do get that big pop. So we'll see what happens. CGC, Valet, and still holding LTHM. That's a swing trade. Was thinking, we talked about that, if I should add or not. I'm just going to stick around on that one. The entrance on that one was 25.07.
Call me a broken record, but how many times did we tell you the previous close can act as support and resistance? Let's look at two stocks right here. AMD, the pink dotted line, that is going to be your resistance. That's your previous close, acting as resistance on AMD once again. On CGC, pink dotted line, previous close, acting as support. And you can see that bounce right off of there as well. So you can see now, again, nothing is going to be exactly 100%. but just gives you an idea of a level for entries and different things like that, especially because that's a whole number 8. And you have the previous close. That's a nice little bounce. And there is Tesla breaking above 120, now going to 121s. The YOLOs that we added at 162, you're now up about 20%. So depending on your account size and your threshold, please go ahead and scale out here as we get Tesla breaking above 120 slightly. Needs more volume, though.
All right, guys, a huge sector that we have not talked about today that I got to get into. I mean, it's just because we've been looking at our own trades, but it's financials, guys. Holy moly, this is pushing up there today. In global banks overall, I mean, take a look here on the daily. It's starting to look really bullish if we could start pushing here on these global banks. Let's take a look at some of these today. BAC getting back into the green today after a kind of red 2 red days. Look at that, 15 minutes straight up. NU, WFC also holding VWAP there. We'll see if it takes out the high today. These are 15-minute charts that I'm running through. JPM straight up. UBS looking strong there. Citigroup looking strong there. TD looking strong. If you look at GS today, Goldman Sachs really strong. So definitely financials doing well.
Let's go ahead and put GME here on this one.
Dun, dun, dun.
Made
Come on,
$100 on
Jimmy.
ACB. Way to go, Steve. Stick that in your pocket. Nice little.
All right,
fly
there
rate.
you go. That's what I wanted to see. Hold on a second, guys. I just added there to Valet because of one reason only. My big can you put my chart up, Ryan? I just don't want to click off of it so
Gotcha.
you guys can see this.
Gotcha.
You know how I get my big share catch, right? Look at that. 300,000 shares at $20 going through there on Valet. I'll take a shot with that guy.
Now,
let's do
how
it.
what tells you if it's, I don't know if you can bring that back up. Does it say if it was on the ask or anything? Like, does it highlight like color,
Yes.
like, on the time of sale?
The green is the offer side, the ask.
Gotcha.
Just off the offer, the 20, there's a 300,000 share position at $20. I mean, that is a monster position.
Absolutely.
And look how the stock is reacting off of that. I need to put the stock up, but we're going to look to see if we get that big pop. And you can see the volume come in, right? I mean, look at the volume, how it was coming down. And then all of a sudden, boom, there you have it. Volume starting to come in, starting to pick up. So let's see if it really starts driving. I hit the ad there at 20 just to jump on there. And now you're seeing some other share size coming in there, 3,000, 3,400 shares, one at 20.02, one at 20. The big thing for me now is the support. Where's the support and understanding that if it goes to 95, we got to get out here. But if it starts pushing really hard, then we can just start seeing the volume pick up and you go back towards a deeper time frame. You're doing really well off the 1 hourly if you can come back towards 2020.
AMD coming back to test VWAP. Tesla coming back below.
Made 100 on ACB, says Steve. There you go. Ain't nothing but a G thing.
What's up, Jeff D's? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, pal.
Happy furry day.
Oh, come on, AMD. Don't do that. Don't do that. Let's see what's going on with SPY real quick.
The reason I say fur day is because when I was in 2nd grade, no lie, this teacher ripped this little kid because he wrote fur day on his essay. I still remember it to this day. I feel bad for that kid. He got so bullied.
It's not funny. It's not
By
funny.
a teacher, nonetheless.
Yeah, dude, that was so messed up. But it's still to this day, it impacts me. So I can imagine the kid.
AMD coming down below WAP.
The WAP.
SPY coming down a little bit
WAP,
here
WAP.
as well. I've got SPY's VWAP around 150, 150.
WAP, WAP.
Come on, Jimmy.
WAP, WAP.
Let's see what AMC is doing here.
That
If you're
should
stuck on a
be running
soundboard.
with GME, I feel like.
Yeah, so you can I mean, look at this, right? So you've got pop consolidation. For GME, it's the 156 it can't seem to break and hold. On AMC, it's the 2150s that it can't seem to break and hold. Tesla coming back to test a previous close, which is around VWAP here as well. And my Tesla YOLOs are down 30%, just like that. They were up 30 when we broke all the way up to 121 or 122, basically. And now they're down as I keep looking. I keep going down. Now I'm down 35%.
Your mom is unhappy with your performance.
The fact that they put the okay.
You know it's good when he takes the glasses off and puts his hands in his head. That is
It's
universal
not
body
even the
language.
right religion, but it's still funny.
Oh, that's funny.
Wrong religion there.
Very nice. Let's go.
What was the comment? Eat on time and get a real job. Did I tell you guys? I don't know. I don't know if they're saying this because they stalked me on Twitter, because at this point I believe they did everything. But I went to a family dinner. I think it was around December for the holidays. And they asked me what I do. And I was like, oh, like, during the day I day trade. And then at night I do broadcasting for esports and stuff like that. And this one aunt, she's like, oh, that's nice. But like, when do you think you'll get a real job? And I wanted to like pull out my income statement. I was like,
that's
like,
why I
I
don't
was
go to those dinners
tricked.
anymore, Zunaid.
I was
I'll be honest with you.
Oh man. I was like, hold on. Let me pull my accountant. Let me pull up my TurboTax.
You guys are not going to believe it.
What's up?
Whatever
What are
is
we looking
going
at?
on, another 300,000 share position there on Valet.
Does it tell you the price they bought it at?
$20 exactly.
20 on the dot.
And it's about 6 minutes apart, so it's not the same one. It's the same exchange, though. I'll tell you that.
You've got some flow coming in to ticker RIG. Let me pull that up for our folks here in a
Holy moly.
second.
Those are some
My
big
scanner really
positions.
slowed down.
Looking at GOLD here for if you wanted to look for like a scalp type of play, but it would be above 24.50. Not going to take it, but I'm just kind of calling it out there that there's a play there.
On RIG, you have the $5 calls coming in, expiring April 22nd. You can see on the right panel, RIG's moving here. They bought the $5 calls expiring April 22nd, approximately $98,000 worth, give or take, on ticker RIG. Let's see what's going on.
Can we try scalping this? Lots of buys here. They took 458.
Yep, and then you can see the high from yesterday is about that same level of about 459, and then the previous before that, 469.
They're eating 459.
Yo, you know those positions? They're $12 million.
So if you want to get into that YOLO trade, you can get in there and you.
I honestly. I could be honest, like it's clicking down right now to 94, so I got to keep an eye on it, guys. I'm at not a $6 million in here, but I don't know what's going on there. I've never been on a stock watching the tape and seen that much money from like it looks like one trader jumping in there.
Let me see something. Let me check something.
That's a good amount there. Is there? Do we get the block trade to show up there?
What are you?
I already checked. I didn't see it. VALE on the block trade.
Okay, Valet.
Yeah. I'm wondering if we got the block trade there.
Thursday. Thursday on February 10th was the last block trade that we had.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll be looking a little later, see if it shows up. I'll let you guys.
No, it would have.
So-
Unless it's a dark pool print, it would have already showed up.
Yeah.
It
So
might-
that's the thing. That's what it is. It's a dark pool trade. At 10.55, 300,000 shares, 6 million each.
You see it?
Yeah.
You-
Yeah. Right
I'm
at
not-
20
yeah, I'm not
bucks. And then
crazy,
you
right?
had it, and then you had then you had it at 10.16. You had $11 million worth for the average price of 20.01. And then at 10.13, you had another buy for about 10 million. So that's approximately 32 million.
At least I'm not crazy.
You are not crazy, my man. You are
At
not
least.
crazy. But yeah, I see it. There's AMC bouncing off a VWAP, and there is RIG.
Boom. RIG.
464.
I like it. Rig.
Yeah, RIG, great push there.
Nice,
Yeah.
man. I
All right,
wasn't
let's
even.
see. Let's see.
Man, I should have been paying attention to that. I like that stock. Oh, the daily looks beautiful above 75s, 475s. There's some clear space right there. If you look to the left, you'll see a gap down that we had. We could try to fill that gap towards 472. 471 would be that fill to the gap. So just calling that out on rig.
On Tesla, you've got them bouncing off of VWAP here on the 10-minute. I like that. I like that. GME trying to break the 156 one more time, as is AMC trying to break the 2150s. The market is so choppy. You've got some moves. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at the SPY itself. Right? You saw the SPY, yes, the 30, 40 minutes, choppy. After it broke above VWAP and closed, you had a bit of a move. You had about $1.50 move, and you play same-day expirations. That's probably a solid 50% move. But I agree. In the morning,
Ooh.
yes.
All right, guys. You guys want to see some big movers? I'm going to start calling some out here.
What you got?
Joby up 20%.
Yeah, Joby had a big day.
JOBY. That one's Joby Aviation. I know that this is Kathy likes this one a lot. Looks like it's been pushing big push after that $6 breakout today. $6 breakout. We'll see if that one keeps holding, gets up there towards 650, but it is going sideways right now. We'll see if it continues the trend. Dude, that Joby life.
Sure looks like Tell wants the high here.
Let's go pull Tell. Oh, yeah. High on that is 560.
Sure looks like it's curling back up for this high. You know what? I'm going to pull a Zunaid and try to front run this here at 550. Oh, I didn't get filled. You got to be kidding me. I literally put an order for 1,000 shares out at 555 and it just pushed away from it.
Yeah, it just went up 2 cents. I saw that.
The market maker saw that and said, "No, you don't, Ryan.
Yeah,
no, you don't."
Seriously.
I didn't realize Citadel was watching the show.
That's what happens, my friend.
They messing with us, man.
All right, I'm chasing. Oh, okay, at least I got filled there. 558. I'm chasing here. Let's see. 560 is that spot. There it's at 560. Let's see if we break it. They're gonna pull this thing.
I set a stop on Valet at 1990s, stop limit towards 1987, giving myself a limit off the 3 cents there. I'm just not going to watch it here.
Oh, here we go. They're taking 59 down. Yeah, I gotta just looking at the time and sales here. I gotta think that 560 comes down here. Nope, here they're gonna yank it. I'm gonna get out flat there. I'm gonna wait for it to set up. Sorry, I was looking at SLI because Jeff Dees told me to. I want to wait for this to set up again because here's what's this is what happened earlier. Very, very clear spot. I took it. They yanked it. I said, ugh. And I canceled. I held it for too long. I closed the order, took a loss, and then immediately it came back up. So I'm going to wait and for this to actually set up, and then we'll see if it gets through there. Try it again here. Immediately pulled it as soon as I bought. Oh my God. I cannot trade this stock to save my life today. This is one of those where you just got to walk away. If it's not working, you just got to walk away from it. But I know that this level's coming down. I know it's coming down.
Guys, Valet. 90s. Gonna respect myself. Not gonna go ahead and push it for no reason there. Tesla cracking down there too, guys. Market seems to be turning around here. Yeah, market's turning around pretty significantly there. If you take a look at the SPY in the last 5 minutes, if you got 4 or 5 candles straight down, it's right on the VWAP. Break of 451.50s. Be careful. We could come right back down to the lows. Tesla doesn't look like it's holding well there. It's just going sideways here. I think eventually it could crack down, back down through the 1,000 level.
I'm gonna risk $100 on SPY. You got a trade? Go ahead.
No, it's the same one. I'm watching the same one. Bet there's 60 fell. Let's see if we go here. Let's see if we go here now that 60 is down.
The apes love that Citadel mention.
SPY 452 calls, just a few of them.
Nope. Taking it off. Not successful trading Tell today, I'm afraid. Might as well just sports bet.
Might as well just sports bet. I love
Back
it.
at 560 here on Tell.
Guys, I have a feeling, watch, Valet is going to end up being like at 24 at the end of the day, and I got the last tick out.
I will say, I'm surprised you didn't wait for that break of 1990, unless you did and it did tick below, and I don't see it.
No, just 1990s. As soon as I got there, I said stop, so it just hit me there.
I feel you.
That's what happens. Stop the tech.
There's the SPY calls I bought, they were the 452 expiring today. Got filled at 105. So why? Because of that VWAP bounce. If it gets to about the 550, 250s, these should be up about 50% or so. And there's Tesla coming down. GME could be a home run for me. Right now, it's like a double, but I'm being greedy. Not going to lie. I am being greedy. Let's see what the... Oh, and then also on PIK, I have a cute little trade that I'm going to try to take at $5 on PIK. Trying to get filled at 5.4. Stop loss 483. Profit target 534. You can see it on the right hand side of my chart. Just trying to see if I can get a bounce off of the $5 level. All right,
moving
GameStop.
here out of a break.
What is it?
GLOP, GLOP. I think it was a 540 break. Yep, 540. Pushed up to 546. I don't want to buy it here. But man, it's strong. Volume, yep, a huge volume stick.
Yeah. You had a little bit of consolidation after a test at VWAP and then a crack above.
I see something in the chat, but I definitely got to check on that before I say anything.
Yeah, might want
real.
If it ain't coming from Charlie, I ain't believing it. What I will believe is that GME hit 158. Come on. Go, baby, go. Do I have my limit orders out? I'm going to be laugh if I don't. Oh, I don't. What a loser. All right.
Did you just call yourself a loser?
I did. I thought I had limit orders out. Real quick, you're getting FRO. Some options activity, and there's a pop there on FRO. Keep an eye on this one. If it comes back to test VWAP, especially around the 830s, you can go ahead and get an action here. Let me put some outs on GME before I lose all this money.
Whoever it was in the chat earlier that called bull trap, I think that you might be right. It was I want to say it was Jason or Justin. I think it was Justin Sane, if I'm not, which is a clever name. I mean, clearly a play on words. But Justin, if that is your real name, if that was you, let me know, because I remember somebody calling for a bull trap, and it sure looks like that is setting up here. We'll see, though. Saudi oil fields got hit with a missile, evidently.
Yeah, that's what he's checking on.
Yep.
Yeah,
massive fire at Aramco facility in Saudi Arabia following a reported missile strike. That was a Reuters that came 7 minutes ago.
All right, so there's OXY trying to pop up.
Let's change up the market.
Some of
that could change up the market right there. Just be careful, guys. Whenever there's news out, especially like, let's say, violence related right now, be careful.
If you believe in this oil news in terms of that it's going to go higher, you can go ahead and play OXY, $60 calls for 53 cents. I am going to wait till it comes back to VWAP, maybe, if it even does. But also, I'm in way too many risky positions. I'm not taking any more. But just an idea for you guys. Let me go back to SPY here on this one. SPY cracking below. Got about a minute left in this one.
Wow, LEDS. And then immediately pulled back.
Come on. Looks like I got filled at something, and that was my stop on Tilray. Tilray stopped out.
Multiple people talking about IMPP, which is moving probably on that strike. Is
yeah,
that
SPY is dropping fast there, guys.
Yeah, it sure is.
I'm going to probably go short again. Tesla.
I love how you just laugh at that. That's the best part.
I'm trying to get short here.
What's going on, Chris? Good morning. Good to see you. Chris looking at SoFi.
SPY, I'm going to get out. I'm going to get out of my SPY calls here. Lost 35%.
Yeah, this is coming down fast.
Keep an eye on the bounce from 450s if you want to try to play a scalp. That's a decent area. You talked about IMPP. Look at that previous close of 179 acting as resistance right now. And you can see yesterday, after hours, it was support, now acting as resistance. Now hits 180s. Let's see what OXY is doing.
Seeing some short opportunities here. trying to catch them before they like just really get hit hard. NVIDIA is one that to scalp here from the 277s. Might get NVIDIA. I would have to do it off the 277.
Come on, GME.
Looking for something that's by VWAP there, but everything's
BP,
already
huge
breaking
block at
down
180.
fast.
What was that, Ryan?
IMPP has a huge block at 180. We'll see if they take it. Volume's pretty big. They're going to need a lot more to get this block down, but we've seen this happen before. So,
Oh yeah, you got at least about $250,000 at that 180 level, no doubt about it.
All right, SQQQ is ripping, guys. So I'm definitely looking for some trades in that case here.
they're taking down that block on IMPP.
Give me 1 second. Hendricks wants out.
Might join here. Yep, gonna join. We'll see. 8081. Come on, take out 181. 181, 182. Man, the buy volume on IMPP, this is nuts. I didn't get as much as I had.
IMPP.
Say that one more time for me.
IMPP. You like that one, right, Zunaid?
I hope somebody clips it for you. Nice move
Somebody
there.
clips it.
189.
I knew Zunaid would get it real quick. This guy.
Nice, man. 9-cent move, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take the gains here. It didn't get as much as I wanted, so kind of small. But you know what? I'll take that at this point. Market reversing here. A lot of stuff turning around. I'm gonna put that money in my pocket and kind of wait this out.
Sometimes
Take
you
it
gotta
and go,
take it and
take it
run,
and
my
go.
friend. Ooh,
Say again?
look. Sometimes you gotta take it and run.
Sometimes.
Yeah, bank's coming down fast there, guys. Spice. Oh, I mean, since that news came out, that's ugly.
Yeah. Like, it didn't even give you a chance to get a solid entry near VWAP. That's what I was waiting for to get on the put side because I didn't want to pay the price all the way down here. Looks like PIK, I did go and get filled at 504.
All right, I'm going to start. There you go. Just got in there. Starter short Tesla, 10.0642. Willing to add at VWAP. Out is 10.15. Let's go. Let's go.
And now you
Covered
got SPY
yesterday,
breaking.
but
You got SPY
let's do it
breaking
again.
the 450s.
Trying to slay the Tesla dragon. Trying to slay. All right, what's going on out there, guys? Serious oil wars escalation, says Zen Bullish. I mean, there's just going to be a lot that's going on. If I still haven't even been able to find the news. Like, I don't know why I'm struggling so hard.
Everything coming down. Apple coming down. Twitter, new lows.
This is when GME should be going up. What are we doing?
It was moving with the market earlier. Maybe the relationship changed, man.
Well, not quite, because you can see this, but then the last 10-minute candle, yeah. But the previous before that, they were like, "Oh, cool, we'll just continue going higher." I was really hoping to get 160 to 164s, but maybe
going higher,
my
man.
greed will get to me, but we'll see.
Ooh, it's been an ugly chart today. Lucid coming down there towards the 25s. All right.
I was gonna check something else. I forgot. There we go. Yeah, missile strike's insane. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to read up on this.
Yeah. A fire, fine, understandable. Life
Well, fire
unfortunately
from a
happens.
missile strike, bro.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. Like that's what I'm saying. If
supposedly
it was just a
drone.
fire, it was, it happens. But then if it's
Yeah.
because of the missile strike, yeah,
Yeah, it seems like a drone strike.
that ain't pretty.
No, that's not good at all there.
I was really hoping SPY would give us a chance. I mean, look at the way the SPY just kind of curled on this view app. Just look at that. Just a hard.
Good Lord. Watch oil. Yeah, look at that pop in MRO. If you're on an oil swing trade, power to you guys, man. Power to you. Where's my gush? That thing must be gushing.
What are some low float oil stocks that we can maybe play, have a little bit of fun with?
Well, the
Well,
leverage
yeah.
one is gush, but
Yeah, that was the impetus between the IMPP trade, Zunaid. So that's why it was just a scalp off that.
Give you
That's why
one.
you got so much push on that. I'd look at some of the other oils, like Indo is one of those low floats. I guess that did go from 21 to 23, 22, 22 to 23. But
yeah, I like that Indo chart. Look for dailies off support or looking for push through resistance. I like BORR also. Bore drilling. This thing had a huge pop when it wanted to go, but we'll see if it gets going too.
I feel you.
Looking for some other ones too in that kind of similar area here. WTI looks like it's having a good day off the bottom there. NR. NVGS. Don't know this one.
Okay.
I haven't seen this one before, but it is just looking strong in the last couple of days. These are like low float kind of stocks, so you got to be careful with these also, with that low float type.
Let's see what the SPY is doing. Coming back just a little bit, just a smidget.
Rig would be another one that looked like that went up on that news. 470 to high here on Rig, not in
That
it.
makes sense on why. Okay.
Yeah, it makes sense on the push from Rig.
Nope. Somebody knocking on the door. What? No. Yeah, that makes sense on why there was options activity and all of that. Okay. I see.
Knock. Oh, Slumberburger. Not a bad one. Shannon bringing up.
Slumberger. Did you call it Slumburger? That's awesome.
Yeah, this is the burger, bro.
That's awesome.
Look at Halliburton. That one's nice too.
I'm surprised you didn't call it Halliburger. Come on. Stick with the theme here. Stick with the theme.
Oh, funny.
Halliburger.
Oh,
maybe.
man.
No, but it's not looking bad either. I know we traded that one once earlier, I think last week, and then we had a good trade on it. It's looking
CEI. Look at CEI.
There you go, CEI, former runner. There you go. That's a former runner right there, guys.
It is.
When you get these stocks to start pumping, this one looks like it wants to go through $1. I'm not going to take the shot because I'm working on some other trades here, but it does look.
Why are the highest volume stocks pennies? Well, because they're the cheapest to buy, so you can get a lot of them.
And a lot of the time
them
dilute those stocks over time, right? Yeah. So there's tons of outstanding shares. Low price means anyone can trade them in big lots.
There's a PIK, by the way, on 200 shares. You're up about $40. My price was 504. Now trading at 525. 534 is my out. GME trying to break highs. Come on, GME. Just go to 164 and make me proud. I feel like I'm going to hold one contract just to see if we hit 195 today. You know?
So I want to call this out in the SPY just in case this is the topping action here. I've been looking at some topping action that has been showing up from a trend line that I've been drawing. I'm going to show you guys it now so you guys can see this. Look at the SPY and look how if you draw a trend line from the February 2nd high and the February 9th high, and you draw that across, use maybe even the wick here that you got on the 10th. Look how we went right to that high, and now it's starting to turn back around. I've been calling how I think this is a huge dead cat rally, but I'm going to keep watching that level. To me, if we have to get back towards, let's say, 455s to get out of this bearish trend, then we could get into a new bull market. But I think that this could literally have been the top. And then news like a missile strike right at the top. That's almost, it almost seems like it's planned. It's crazy. I can't believe that it went right to that level and just kind of turned back around today. Tesla looking good here now, starting to reject here. It didn't come back towards VWAP, and that's why I'm kind of a little happy that I just jumped in there a little earlier to the trade. We started coming back. I wanted it to come back to VWAP and add, but it's not like looking like it's going to come back there. I'm looking to look for it to flush through 1,000.
Bug log, nice job, man. $2,400.
Oh,
way to go. That's what I'm talking about.
I am
printing money.
no PP there. No PP there.
that's awesome, man. Nice trade, pal.
Yeah,
That's
nice
a
job.
killer trade, man.
Nice
I
job.
mean, dude, that's like the one that you say, all right, well, I'll come back next week when the market wants to come back up.
I'm going to close my position here, just take a $4 gain on PIK. When I closed it, I believe my fill was 524. Filled at 524 on the out. Went in and grabbed $40. That'll pay for my gym sessions. Now we need GME to pay for that steak, that buffet.
Trader
Filet
John
mignon.
calling out Carvana.
Yeah, you know, the interesting thing about Carvana here is it's all the way back down to this support area at about 132. It's been down here the past couple of days, and it's run back to 150 on 2 or 3 of those days. So this is interesting, interesting trade setup here. Would almost think to play this long via calls. And it would obviously be for next week. Next week's calls. It looks like someone tried this, actually. Someone hit the 143 calls for next week. Those are moderately priced. Big spread, though. Spready, as Zunaid likes to say.
Spready. Speaking of something else that's moving, OXY, we talked about this stock above 60. Now it's trying to break above that $60 level. Flag slightly around the $59 area. Now moving a little bit higher.
The one I got to be careful with, guys, is CGC starting to get down there towards my risk of 74 here. Keeping a close eye on it. This SPY turnaround might cause the whole cannabis story to come away. So just be careful there.
Yeah, we need SPY to find some footing, and so far it's still dropping. So
I mean, that with that news, I'd be worried about it. But my thing is, like, you know, you had a huge positive catalyst in cannabis.
Yeah,
this is a clear example of how the market could just turn around, and then all of a sudden your positive catalyst just seems like nothing. Mitch, your energy seems to be green today. That's the only way, man. Got to keep it green. ESG, baby. I'm running on solar.
cannabis story up in smoke. I see what you did there, Jeff Dees.
LOL. Microsoft bouncing from 300, giving you about a point almost. Let's see. There's got to be some other stocks that are bouncing off of whole numbers. I feel like there's another one. I can't remember. Check out NVIDIA. NVIDIA right off of the 275. Yeah, SPY, I'm gonna need you to go up a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Go test that previous close to see if you got some buyers there.
That's how it is, Happy. You choose your own share size. Don't worry. Look at the percentage, though. A lot of the times, like you know, we're gonna hear about money made, but if you're a smaller share size, someone makes more money. Compare the percentages and see if you guys were close.
Yeah,
that can be a good way to compare it. Like, let's say if he goes and puts up, hey, I made 17% on that trade. Maybe you made even more percentage-wise and just weren't able to make that total amount. But that's what matters to focus on, I think, first. Eventually, yeah, I mean, you want to make some big money. But I think first, just focus on the percentage.
Yeah,
even 1,000 shares, it's not a small position. So
yeah, I would agree with Mitch to a certain extent there. I was actually just having this conversation with somebody else the other day. The comparing yourself to other traders in a chat is absolute poison. It is
Yeah,
absolute poison. If you do that, you will really hurt yourself if you continually compare yourself to other people in chat. You have no idea what their risk tolerance is, what their risk profile is, how much money they have, how much money they can afford to lose. You have no concept of that. So trying to take that situation and apply it to yourself is meaningless. You are facing off against yourself every single day. And what's important is that you're comparing yourself to your own performance. So to what Mitch was just saying about percentage, if you had a thesis, okay, so we hear about a strike in an oil field in Saudi Arabia, and your job is to trade oil stocks. If you trade that successfully, that's going to be more important than any type of numerical gain or anything like that. You're giving yourself a process that hopefully you can repeat in the future. It's that I've been there. I've been like, man, I'm really struggling to grind out these $100, $200 trades. I got people making 30K on Twitter. It's like, you cannot do that. You will start downward spiral if you start comparing yourself to other traders. Just compare yourself to yourself. Do you, says Born. Exactly. Be yourself. Exactly.
Let this be a reason that you got to scale out on those GME calls or any type of YOLOs. They traded as high as, I believe, 435. What is it?
ENSV looks like that's going on a little bit of volume here. Decent range. This thing was $4 yesterday. $3.47 right now. Chris, check yourself before you rickety wreck yourself.
All right, guys, it looks like the Tesla is running out of power here. Let's see it break through the 1,000 one more time. This will be the second time it really breaks 1,000. We got a small tick down through the 1,000 level last time. Let's see if we get a really big flush down through it this time. Look at that 1,000 move there. Boom, baby. Let's go. Tesla. Goodbye. Bye-bye. We'll see what happens with Tesla, guys. This has been a fun day, guys. All of us really having some crazy ideas here. This is what it's all about here on Live Trading with Benzinga. Yeah. We're just giving you all different perspectives, processes, tips, things that we've learned, right? And, you know, like always, we'll always say it. Always trust our knowledge true with a grain of salt. Look into it yourself. See if it's what I call true knowledge. Do you accept the knowledge? And, you know, I think that's when knowledge really comes to the point where I call it true knowledge. You know, you can find, you know, books, you can find traders that give you stuff, but then when you see it yourself in the market and you can see it continuously work, that's when it becomes true knowledge to you. And it's kind of like that accepted knowledge. From that point there, you can go ahead and keep working it to improve your system, because that's really what we're here for, guys, is for you guys to learn little tricks and tips to improve your system, because we want you guys out there making the money. But of course, it's all about the system that you create and how you go ahead and repeat that.
Hook, by the way, at 2, big block there. They just started printing them.
Peter Pan, going with the hook.
Sorry, I'm trying to get you the chart here, but
not don't worry, I can put it up if anything. You can always tell us. I'm busy, man. I'm trying to.
Yeah, no. The issue with this trade, I'm not in this trade. I could easily buy it at 2 right now. I'm not in this. They didn't see. This is why they just pulled it off 2. This is exactly why I was literally hovering over it in the zone, because you know, I don't necessarily want to enter that unless I'm sure that 2 level is going to fall. So I'd like to see some more volume come in here. They might take it too fast for me to get filled on it. We'll see. Back up at 2 here. 199.2 is your bid ask. Very small prints at 2. I want to see that volume at 2 increasing.
Those OXY calls, you're up about 100% on those. So let's go ahead and scale out.
Hook pulling off 2. So what's interesting, I'm looking at my macro charts here, and it looked like the S&P and that's the S&P. The S&P came right back into its daily pivot, both the futures and the S&P cash, and it looks like it's trying to bounce, but it hasn't really. I don't want to say it's bouncing yet, but it's trying. Still watching Hook here for a potential trade through 2.
All out in the chat.
Here, AY War Forever. What are prints? Prints are actual shares traded. So when you hear me talking about prints, they're filled orders. You're looking at what is crossing on the time and sales. This is different than what you see on the level 2. So prints are where the shares are actually being transacted at. So in this case that we were looking at Hook, I saw a lot of prints at 199, not very many prints at 2, despite the bid ask being 199 by 2. Hope that helps.
All right, guys, taking a look here at VLD being mentioned by Michael after I did do a interview on DM Desktop Metal. This is another 3D company that works with SpaceX. Just to give you guys some insight, if you guys don't know, so that's Velo 3D. It was a SPAC. It is pushing up today and holding up there towards the highs. If you take a look at the 5-minute, look at this chart, right on up there. So if you're looking for something that is holding well, there you guys have it. VLD. Velo 3D. Kathy's play also is just to give you guys some insight. I think this is an interesting one. I've always wanted it. I've never really had it or owned it. Looks like we're going down towards 525. But the reason why I want to own it is because I always say, like, anything with SpaceX that partners with SpaceX, eventually I think they're going to be the kind of the rocket of choice in the long term. And I think seeing a move like this today, Velo 3D, that's interesting. Interesting move there on the daily too. All right, guys, we got about no minutes left. I think we went past Benzinga Live. That's how much we've been enjoying ourselves. It's like Benzinga Live. I'm sorry, dude. There's a lot of trading going on right now. But let's go ahead and wrap up, boys.
Are people yelling at us? No, I don't have any.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised we haven't gotten to yell at, but we'll start wrapping on up here, guys. I still have the CGC. 772s would get me out there. I wanted 774s as my mark. If 772 hits, I'll get out on that one. Still short on the Tesla boat. We'll see what happens on that. Zunaid, anything you want to wrap up with?
I went ahead and took HUSA long at 650. Stop loss is going to be below 6. Building a position closer to 6 is where I'm going to add. Profit target is going to be 691. You can see on the chart. Take a screenshot. That's what I got.
All right. Play Velo last year, says JD's. We'll see what happens with that one. All right. We're going to go ahead and wrap on up. Hit the like. Let's go. Smash that up. Come on, guys. If I would have noticed the likes weren't even up that high, I probably wouldn't have stayed that long. But, hey, we had some good time. Did you guys have a good time? Please just show us a favor. Hit that like button. We're going to go ahead and wrap on up. See you guys next week. Like always, guys, keep working on your skills because really that's what it's all about here is you guys out there working on your process. We'll see you next time. Smash the like. Up next, you guys got Benzinga Live, AB, Spencer Israel. You guys go have some fun. We'll see you next time.
See you.